Police, Latif, Zaake. I'm the Regional Police Commander. We are very, very happy to have you here today to engage with our officers. I must say this has been work in progress. When my regional colleague came to me and we discussed about the need to engage ourselves on human rights issues, I was very, very happy. Because for me, wherever I've worked, I don't think I've had any bad blood with these various stakeholders and agencies in as far as doing work is concerned. I always look at them as stakeholders that come on board to support us to do our work better. So there is no contradiction in us working closely together with you to ensure that we serve our people better. So I was very happy when he came up with this program. We engaged and planned it to be held today and the other day for the other group, because we wouldn't have them all here at the same time because of the numbers. But I must say we are so thankful. Within the Constitution, whether in the Police Act, it is all about protection of human rights. So there is no contradiction, like I've already said, in engaging with you. Now, if we do this very well, then I think we would have fulfilled our mandate. And today, I know you learned a lot right from the morning up to this time from aspects of various topics that relate to human rights, issues of SGBV, issues of how to handle the vulnerable groups, children, women, and refugees, I think. All those categories. You've handled all this and you've got knowledge today. I hope and pray that you take the message got from here very, very seriously. Very, very serious. Because we are talking about proactive policing. When we talk about proactive policing, means being very, very observant with human rights, being professional, avoiding, excessive use of force, firearms, unnecessary arrests and detentions. Actually, these days we are talking about investigations before arresting, unless really it is necessary. Okay? You heard the director of CID saying, these days if you enter the premises of the directorate of CID, you be sure that you are going to court. That has been the message. If you see yourself being summoned there, then you know there is some case. It's a prima facie case for you to do what? To answer. So, and we want this replicated up to the down level. This shouldn't stop at headquarter level. We want it even at our levels. Because policing is here down on the ground. You investigate before you arrest. This will help you to avoid unnecessary congestions in the cells. The resources are limited. The money we get for feeding suspects is less. Then you go on rampage arresting each and everybody on a very, very small and flimsy charges. Sometimes finding yourselves criminalizing civil matters, you find you have very many suspects in cells, but when you investigate behind the curtains, actually we wouldn't have what? Arrested. So let's observe all these things for the good of ourselves. Because if you maintain a professional touch, we maintain to make sure that we do things right. This improves on our image. It improves on the trust we have from the public. And trust is very, very important from the communities we serve. So I want to urge you to take the message here very, very seriously. Besides the things we have learned here, I want to tell the director that the police as an institution is doing a lot under our current leadership to ensure that we have an effective police force that serves the people better. By looking at the underlying causes that make us sometimes underperform, the underlying causes. And one of the areas that really the current leadership looked at is to see how we can get closer to people. That's number one. The sub-county policing model. that is being implemented. And we are happy the President and Fountain of Honor, the Commander-in-Chief, is so much in support of this. Implementation started countrywide to take the services closer to the people at the sub-county level. Now, besides that, number two that I want to talk about that our current leadership is working on is the issue of welfare. Welfare. For a very long time, we've been talking about these issues, but we never materialize them into the ground, actually, to see that there is something being done. Welfare is very broad. We are looking at the welfare of police officers at a very broad perspective. The places we work from, the working environment, accommodation both for office and the officers and staff. There are mega projects that are ongoing. If you go to Kampala, you see the police headquarters being constructed. You go to CID headquarters, you see buildings coming up. You go in Zambia, in Naguru barracks, you see flats coming up. And there are very many projects that are coming up, even up country. The other day they were here, I think in Koboko, is it Maracha? If there is an officer from Maracha, they are going to build them a station, a new station. But that's the area of work, providing transport. Myself, I just got a very new brand new motor vehicle. I was suffering with mobility. And even the districts and divisions are going to get new vehicles to ensure that they have the facilities, the equipment, make them do their work. Besides that, recently there have just been promotions. They are saying we are going to promote every year, and this is happening. These officers, you see, most of them, they have new ranks. Many of them 2 months ago were sergeants or corporals, but, this is an aspect of your welfare. And when the promotions come, salary does what? Improves. This one helps you not to look at ways of extorting, because when you extort from the wananchi, then you are trampling on their what? On their rights. Now, there are also other programs like the issues of duty-free that is there. At our region here, we have a duty-free officer and a store. Those that want to build, they can get duty-free building materials for yourselves to improve your livelihood and welfare at homes. We have the Exodus Circle. I know it has issues, but issues are being handled so that you access cheap capital for yourselves, other than going to loan sharks that will drain you and drain your salaries. So these facilities are there. But most importantly, the last one I want to talk about, because time has gone, resources have been rationalized, and resources have now trickled up to the sub-county. Because we are implementing the sub-county, there was a review on the funds, resources that trickle to the lowest level of policing. Beginning this quarter, or this financial year, 2025-26, and specifically this quarter, there are resources that have been allocated up to the sub-county level wherever there is a policing unit. We have the staff officer here. I know going forward he will be telling you. Fuel has been allocated. This has been an issue. People using that pretext to extort or trample on the rights of the vulnerable. There is fuel which has been allocated to each and every sub-county on the cards of the DPCs. You have a DPC here? Okay, OC station. I'm informing you, for you are lucky now, I'm here now, in advance before. Fuel has been put on your fuel cards to cater for the sub-county. Any fuel you find there in excess of the ordinary fuel you've been getting is for the sub-counties. And make sure they get them. They get this fuel. You play with it, you are finished. I'm telling even this one, such that when they go for monitoring, they ask these OCs whether they are getting their resources. You play with it, you are finished. There is money in place which has been allocated to each and every sub-county. Many of your sub-counties have not been getting funding. This quarter, money has come. You don't clap for IGP. Oh, it's not good news. this is not good news. Yes, we must appreciate our leadership for really taking strides. Yeah, there is fuel, there is money. The sub-county, forget about the interest of the DPC. They have theirs. These big people, they have theirs, but there is something for the sub-county. We shall reinforce you with manpower, motorcycles. I was in Kampala, I saw a fleet of motorcycles, they are coming in, new brand. We shall have like 2, minimum of 2 per sub-county to support you. You remember I told you. But now things have started coming. So you make sure you got the resources that come to you very generously and utilize them to improve our services. Okay? So that's the message I wanted to pass to you.
Okay.